Hello, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's Basit here. I'm going to be taking us through the Premier League second week games and touching some shocking results and also some good ones, but definitely going to the big one, and that's the second position and the fourth position of last season, facing off at Villa Park. It was a very very good game. Surprising results. Based on how the game was playing out, it felt really good. It felt really really good to come out victorious in that game. Raya came to our rescue a couple of times. There was a bit of letdown in the first half from Gabriel Magalhaes with a mistake, but Watkins, I think he wasn't having his shooting boots on, and he missed two big chances in that game. Two big chances. One is thanks to Raya's help, and the other is due to um, Watkins not having his shooting boots on, and it was an incredible surprise, because even Adeta said it after the game that often more than enough, like it's often most times Watkins take those chances, but he didn't take it this time, and you know through experience and other factors and individual quality, Arsenal came out victorious in that game with a 2-0 victory. And I have to mention a couple of them. I've mentioned Raya, I've mentioned Watkins. Saliba was standout. There was a big tackle he made towards the end of the game where we're leading 2-0, and he celebrated it like he won a big, like he scored a goal. And it was really really impressive to see. Timber came in for Zinchenko in this game, and I think in the first 15-20 minutes of the game, Timber was showing why we signed him. He was able to do both Zinchenko's work and also defend properly, and he kept the Bailey very very quiet in that game. Thomas Partey, he looked really shaky in the first game, but in this game, he played really well. But I need to mention this guy, Doug Rogers of Aston Villa. The guy was superb. Oh my God, it's been a while to just see a player to just overshadow two big midfielders in Rice and Partey. The guy shrugged off both of them in several situations in the game, and it felt really really funny. But our back four was really really strong in this game. Trossard, again, you could see from the celebration, he came in and he really really did well in that game. To come in very late in the game and just scored with your first touch. It showed, even with the celebration, it was subdued, and it was like the celebration was more like, you see, why don't you start me? I'm out in form in preseason. I was good, so he even said this, that he wants to start more, but I'm sure he understands that it's a long season and he's going to get his chance. And I need to mention Calafiori. Calafiori, I didn't really see much against him against Wolves, because he came in very late. But in this game, I love the kind of player he is. He goes into every duel, and there's a bit of this when from maybe watching from the TV. It looks like he's not going to get that ball, but he ends up getting it, and he's very very good with that. Like he's good with tackles. He's very very good with the tackles, and that's how we, you know, that's how we got our 2-0 victory. Thanks to Raya, thanks to Oli Watkins shooting both missing in the game, and we ended up with a 2-0 win at Villa Park, because last season they were our nightmare. They won us both home and away last season, and I think if we had won any of those games last season, we could have been champions. But this season, I think we've erased that this season and gone on to win. And it looked like it was going to be a draw in the game, but we did really well to come out victorious in the game and on to the next game against Brighton. But there are some big games also I need to touch. And first of all, we have to look into Manchester United's game. It was really really surprising to see the starting lineup from Manchester United, because you signed a big player like Zegzi in from Bologna, and he came out. He came into the game against Fulham and made an instant impact with the winner against Fulham. And to see him in the bench again, I'm not sure if he's more conscious of because he's so worried about what happened to Lenny Euro. I don't know, maybe that's why he didn't start Zexi. Maybe he's worried that it's too early, he might get injured. And he has Holland already injured already. So I don't know because I felt he could have started because when he came in the second half, he replayed really, really well. Manchester United, I just think they have the same issues last season. They're a bit better to, they're a bit more difficult to play against. They're pressing well. But as I said earlier in our first podcast of the season with Zamani, I said it that there's a bit of feeling that I get from them that when they break their press, their first press, it's very, very easy to get at them. And I think that's what happened. Brighton beat their first press in their first goal, got a chance to cross. And I don't know, I think I noticed a lot of people are blaming Maguire for the not dealing with the cross. I think he's a bit distant um, from the ball. And if he takes that chance to clear the ball, there's high possibility of an on goal. And Mazuari was in a good place to closer to the ball to clear the ball after Maguire missed it, and it was just a very bad defense from allowing that cross to go that far, and also defending. The space between Maguire and um, how I call it, and McTominay was so wide, and it was very, very bad to see. There's no communication from two experienced defenders, but they considered the same thing. They considered 9 minutes of the game, to lose 2-1. I feel they played okay. I won't say so good, but they played okay. But Brighton was way ahead with their performance, and I like the coach with the way he set up a bit different to um De Zerbi. De Zerbi doesn't use two strikers. So, but this coach is mixing it up. De Zerbi was more processing to playing from the back consistently, not going long and all that. But with this coach, he's playing a bit longer sometimes and accurate long balls precisely. So, and it's good to see a young coach like that outshining Erik Ten Hag. I hope Erik Ten Hag keeps his job will still be in the job by come December because it's looking like it's going to be a rough start of the season because they are going to be facing um, juggernauts in Liverpool next game. I'm talking about Liverpool. They won 2-0 against a stubborn Brentford. No, two goals, one goal in first half, one goal in first half, one goal in second half to seal their second victory of the season and be on level point with Arsenal, Brighton, and Manchester City. And it looks like it's going to be 3 horse race again. I hope Arsenal fans are ready to and are energized to follow up this season because we have a huge season ahead. And it was a very, very tight game against Liverpool and Brighton, Liverpool and Brentford. Well, I think quality showed again. Salah scored again. If you have Salah in your FPL, good one to you. And talking of 3 horse race, we have Manchester City that got the early scare from Ipswich United. Ipswich Town, they scored very early in the game. They scored really, really early, and it felt like it was going to be one of those usual stains we see from Manchester United and Manchester City by starting late and by not performing early in the season and come in Haaland. If you Chepuka captain him in your team, good luck to you because I did and I'm seeing the result now. Haaland banging a Hattrick and De Bruyne to score the goal, and it was really, really impressive to see this thing and the way to see Man City with the performance they did, and the way the season is playing out. We have to just be able to Arsenal. I'm talking about Arsenal's perspective now. We have to be able to match up Manchester City in every situation because Man City went early, played earlier, and we faced Aston Villa, our nightmare last season, and to show out that performance that we did, it was really, really impressive to see. I have to touch a couple of games too. Talking about Spurs. Spurs came with a 1-4-0 at their home against Everton. Everton looks like they're in a mess. Sean Dyche might be in the risk of losing his job very early in the season conceding 7 goals in 2 games only, and the kind of goals they are conceding is really, really bad. Son looks like he's also bang in form and throwing away the nightmares of last season and banging 2 goals already this season. And I hope he does well this season. Aside from against Arsenal, then I have to touch Fulham and I think and Chelsea before I end this session. First of all, Fulham. I think Hale boys, delivered for Fulham this season, and for them against Leicester City. Home debut goal for Emil Smith Rowe, well taken goal, and also Iwobi scored the second goal to take Leicester a goal ahead against Leicester, scored second goal against Leicester to take them ahead and won the game by 2-1 scoreline. And it was really impressive to see, Ellen boys performing. And I hope Fulham are able to have a big season and probably even finish in the European places this season, because that would, equal Smith having a big season and also, having a part to play in England's setup. And it's just going to be lovely to see, even checking his comment section is so exciting and so joyful to see ex-players comment and praise his performance. And into the big one of the big surprise, and one of the surprises of the game of the week is Chelsea 6-2 victory against Wolves. It looks like Wolves were going to give Chelsea a tough time coming back in the first half twice, and it felt like Chelsea were going to struggle again against Wolves like they did last season. But come in Palmer with Hattrick assist and Madueke with an Hattrick of goals, and it was really impressive to see. But what I observed from the game is just more of lack of control and just more of exciting football, just attack versus attack. And to be a top team, I think Chelsea needs to adjust. If they come against a very organized team and the big boys in the league like Arsenal, like Manchester City, like Liverpool, that their defense are really, really solid, they would have struggled uh, to score goals. And against the big boys with their attack are really firing, they are going to shipping goals because definitely Chelsea, even with the game against Wolves, they don't know how to defend set plays, and their defense is not really good enough yet. Their keeper too is not good enough. So, but so on the good notes, they won 6-2, and that was the most important thing, at least for the confidence of the of the club and the circles that's been surrounding their club right now. That victory was very, very important, and to see João Felix to score and enter the score sheet, so it was also great to see. And yeah, that comes to the end of the roundup of the second week of the Premier League season. But before then, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on your post notification to know when we drop videos out, and yeah, hit the subscribe button, share and like.